You got all the bits on you now. Bad parenting. I've been trying to find the right time all week to do this video and I haven't, so I'm just gonna do it now. Alexa, I am moving house. It's always a tip, but that is why it's as bad as it is. There's boxes everywhere. And I've just done a workout, so I am smelly and sweaty, but I'm just gonna film this now. So this is a quick video because, okay, don't judge me, I've put Mr. Tumble on here. Just because, oh God. I don't do this very often, just so I can do this video. Don't judge me. This is a quick video about the vaccinations that your baby has to have. Actually, I think they might be optional, but they're really, really important, and like they vaccinate against really horrible diseases and stuff, so it's totally worth getting them done. But I just wanted to do a video because I was trying to find a video on them before she had them, and I couldn't find a good one that just kind of, I'm not going to talk about the science behind it because I'm not a doctor, and you know, there's reasons they do them, and I agree with getting them done, but it's actually quite horrible as a mum, and I just wanted to kind of quickly go through maybe what you should think about before you go in and stuff, and just be more prepared for it. So obviously they're injections, you know, they're going to have a needle and it's not going to be very nice, but I was all like, I could totally handle this, like she'll just cry a bit and it'll be fine, like, you know, it's just like when she falls over when she's older, it'll be fine. But I actually really struggled with it, I think, because the first set of injections, you get 3 rounds, 8 weeks, 12 weeks and 16 weeks. Winter's yet to do her 16 weeks, she's got another 2 weeks I think before she goes. So the 8-week one, they're still so tiny, and they've got, well, Winter had tiny little thighs, and I went in with Dom, so she sat on her dad's knees. If you can see me properly, I've got like weird lighting. My blinds, oh, let me just close these, I think that's better. Is that better? No. And so he held her, the first one's, well, we've only done 2, and the first one was much harder than the 12-week one. So 8 weeks, she had tiny little thighs. They put 2 proper adult-sized needles in one thigh, one in the other thigh, and an oral kind of thingy. I can't remember what they did first, but the oral gel type stuff is essentially like a sugar, like a Calpol. But I think she found that, like, she struggled to swallow it and stuff, because I guess all she's ever had is milk, so that was a bit weird for her. So she was kind of gagging a bit on that, but that was fine. First injection, she was like, okay, got this. Second one was horrible, then she let out this cry, and the third one, basically, be prepared to feel like you've intentionally hurt your baby. It's horrible, and you know that has to be done, and the doctor doesn't want to do it. It's horrible. They don't want to make babies cry, but it's a scream you wouldn't have heard before because they're in pain rather than upset or tired or hungry or whatever. So she screamed, I gave her a cuddle and breastfed her. Get ready with your bottle or your boob, because they just want to be comforted basically after that. So her thighs were really sore for about 2 or 3 days after, and she had a lump, like a pea-sized lump in the one leg where there was 2 injections. We went to the doctor and that was fine. It actually went after a couple of weeks, but there's a bit of blood as well. They put a plaster on, but it's just, we waited. We didn't take the plaster off for a while. We gave her a few baths until it came off quite easily, because I think putting a plaster off a little baby's legs probably as bad as the injection for them. But it was fine. Then that evening, basically, she just wanted all the cuddles. It's a great excuse to just get a box set on, take the afternoon off, and just cuddle them and feed them and let them sleep. You give Calpol. Again, this is up to you if you want to do it or not, because some people don't agree with it, but the Calpol will help with the fever, because obviously the injections are a little bit of each of the things that they're vaccinating against. So just like any injection, they can react to that. So the Calpol helps with fever if they get a fever. It also helps them to sleep. It's a bit of an ordeal because she hates Calpol, which is ridiculous because I remember loving it as a kid, but we gave it to her twice, I think, that evening. And she was in her sleep, she was whimpering, which was horrible. She was like, which was really sad. But the next day, totally forgot about it, she was fine. So the 12-week one is way easier. Can you see me? I went on my own for the 12-week one, and it's just one injection in one leg, lol. And, I don't do this as a mum, I promise. One injection in the thigh and the oral thingy again. The thigh one, she smiled all the way through and then giggled and was fine. She didn't even notice it. Didn't get a fever or anything, didn't have to give her Calpol or anything, that was fine. The oral thing was probably the worst because I stupidly, I lay her down while they gave it to her, so she was like, kind of choked a bit, but she was fine. So the 16-week one, I hear can be a little bit of a kind of throw them off any like routine or anything. If you've got that already, then you're better than me, but can throw them, just like if we get flu or get ill, I guess, like if you've got some kind of workout or diet going on and then you get flu, it can like throw you off. It's just the same thing. But another excuse for cuddles and lots of playing and kisses and stuff. So she's yet to have a 16-week, but I just wanted to say that, yeah, some people really worry about the injections, or like me, you just thought they were going to be fine, and actually it's a bit sad. Not sad, it's just kind of hard. And also at 8 weeks, the first one, you've hardly slept, and all you've been doing for 8 weeks of, you know, your life is looking after this tiny little thing, trying to make it happy and not make it sad. And then suddenly you take it somewhere, you know it's going to be painful. It's horrible. But it's fine. It's absolutely fine. And they forget about it straight away. And in the long run, it's, you know, obviously really beneficial because you don't want them to get meningitis and stuff, all that horrible stuff. So there's just a quick video to say the injections are pretty horrible as a mum, but don't worry, the babies are fine. Give them loads of kisses and cuddles and put the boobs straight in their mouth after. Get the Calpol in and just be strong for them, basically. It's harder than I expected it to be, but it's fine. And that's the end of my little video. Sorry I look like this, and sorry about that. That is I promise that doesn't usually happen. It's just so I can get this done. So my house is like, oh, it's always messy, but it's like it is because we're moving. Oh, I'm really excited, but I'm also really nervous about moving with a 3-month-old baby. So I'm probably gonna do a little video on that too. Thanks for still following me. See you next time.